Hey, welcome back to another lesson. We're going to look at another banjo roll idea, but this time we're going to have a banjo roll and a melody note that sings out through the entirety of the roll. Now we're going to use the chord progression from Cannonball Rag once again. If you don't know that chord progression, check out my first video on banjo rolls. I'll have a link to that in the description of this video. Tabs and chord diagrams to everything that we're covering in today's lesson will be available on my website or on my Patreon. Links to both those things will also be in the description. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Step 1, let's first look at our chords and the voicings of those chords. So the first chord is an E7 and it's going to be played like this. Technically it's an E, not an E dominant 7, but whatever. The next chord is an A and it's going to be played like this. The third chord is a D7 played like this. The fourth chord is a G and it's played here. And then we move to the next section of the song with a D7 here, followed by a G7 here, a D7 again, and then lastly a G9, dominant 9 played here. I'll play through them now in order. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Moving on to step 2. Let's have a look now at the actual finger picking pattern of the banjo roll. So the order of the roll goes like this. P, M, I, P, A, I, P, M. So that's thumb, middle, index, thumb, ring finger, index, thumb, middle. Whoa, man, that is a mouthful to remember. So once more, thumb, middle, index, thumb, ring finger, index, thumb, middle. I'll now play that for you slowly, just so you can get the sound of the roll into your ear. Step 3 is just to get that banjo roll pattern happening throughout the whole chord progression. Like this. Get familiar with that, and then we can move on to the fourth and final step, which is getting our melody note that I spoke about in the beginning coming through. Let's just go through the voicings that we learned in step 1 and just see what changes have to be made in order to get the melody note in each chord position. So we start with this E7 or E here, perform the roll, and then we shift our first finger up 1 fret. And then we go to the A chord and we play that. And then our first finger goes up 1 fret again. Then we move to our next chord shape, a D7. And then we bring our pinky finger up 1 fret to the 8th fret. And then you guessed it, we move to our G chord. And then we add our pinky 2 frets up on the B string to the 10th fret. To the next part of the tune, we have this D7 chord, D, and again our first finger goes up. And then we go to the G chord, pinky finger goes up 1 fret to this D7 chord, and then our pinky finger goes up 2 frets, and then we come here. And then to come out of that into the rest of Cannonball Rag, you do this. I'll put a lesson to that in the description as well. So here it is with the melody note played a little bit slowly. 1, 2, 3, 4, Now I need to have a quick sort of technical point here and say that the whole idea of this exercise, other than implementing it musically, is to help you to develop a sense of dynamic independence between your fingers. So when you know where the melody note should be, try and let the finger that is going to play that note ring out a little bit louder or a little bit fuller than the rest of the fingers that are performing the role. And if you can develop this, then you'll really sort of nail the essence of this idea. So that's the lesson. If you enjoyed this, please give the video a thumbs up and leave a comment. That helps my channel out a lot. That's it for now. I'll see you guys at the next lesson. Thank you so much for being here. Ciao.